Good evening and welcome back. We're back live. It's 2023. It's been far too long, guys. It's really has. I've missed every single one of you. Welcome back. Anyone new that's watching or watching back, just a brief introduction. My name's Phil, and here at the Ravens Rook we paint Warhammer. If you've not guessed it. Yeah, I had a bit of a long break. Broke up just before Christmas, and then the idea was to come back middle of January, towards the end. But yeah, I had a little bit of a head meltdown, and I'm back. Managed to sort it out. Nothing to worry about or anything like that. But yeah, a bit of hobbying, mainly on my own, in a couple of group chats and stuff like that, video calls. And yeah, it did help get me back on. Managed to get some of my backlog done as well, which is good. And I have now started on a new year, new army again. I must be mad. Last year I did Orcs for my 40k Bad Moons. This year I've kind of tried to up it that little bit. So I'm doing Khorne for Age of Sigmar. I just like the models, and it's not something that I'd really do, painting red, because red is just not one of them colours that I like, being a City fan. But I've really got into them, and the idea is as well to do Khorne 40k at the same time. Funds prevailing, and obviously they've just gone on pre-order this weekend. But we'll go a little bit more into that as we're chatting away and painting and stuff. And I'll just get to the chat in a second, just welcome all you early birds in. But yeah, a little bit of a change up. Obviously normally I'd do the intro, we'd do a little bit of painting, we'd then have a look at the Warhammer community page, see what was new and stuff like that. And I found that was taken away from chatting with you guys and getting a bit more painting done. So I will be dropping that part of the show. Sure. But the community corner is still up and going. It's still there on the Facebook page. It should be pinned at the top of the channel. If you can't find it or anything like that, just search on Facebook for Ravens Rook Miniatures, and it'll always be the pinned comment at the top. And we'll just go through. I did have a quick look, and I see I don't know if Bill's here yet. I've not checked the chat. He spammed it quite hard, so it might be a while just going through his stuff. Because basically it was just, what have you done since Christmas, and any new year, new armies. Chuck them in there and we'll have a look through, all in good time. So that's all that bump out of the way. So yeah, welcome one and all. Sorry to waffle on. So we'll get to you guys in the chat. Coming in first, Mr. Frandog99 with his little fist and a smiley face. Welcome, dude. Thank you very much for joining us. And there he is, Mr. Waylander's Wandering, Mr. Bill. Good evening, Petal. Evening, Petal to you indeed, dude. Thank you very much for joining us. Followed by Mr. Andy Allen, Mr. Quingo Talks himself in the chat. Welcome, dude. Mr. Richard Smith, love you too, dude. Thank you very much for dropping in. I know I think you've got D&D tonight, haven't you? Normally on a Monday. I think Mondays and Sundays, you were saying the other day. But thank you very much for dropping in, dude. And it's good to have you back. It's great to be back. I've absolutely missed this. Apart from a Friday being the highlight of the week, the Mondays doing the live stream tended to be a highlight of the week for me. Yeah, it just sets the week off nicely, and I get to chat absolute nonsense with you guys. So thank you very much for dropping in. Also, don't forget, leave a like on that button. smash that like button. It don't cost anything and it helps me a great deal. So, moving on. It's probably easier to switch over to the other camera straight away. So I'll switch over onto here so you can see what we're going to be working on tonight. And it is from the Khorne Bloodbound Goreblade Warband, the start collecting set, and it's one of the Blood Reavers. It's this little guy, all undercoated, ready to go. So we're going to make a start on him. At the moment, I have had all of these ones, the Blood Warriors. So I'm currently working on focus. Blood Warriors, come on. Focus, please. There we go. We're working on the Blood Warriors. So I've got the base coats down and then it's just layering up through the reds. What else have we had done? We've had the Blood Letters. Really did enjoy painting these all. Different with the blades. I've got the throne, but that's a bit big for lift up. So, but basically just working my way through start collecting set. There's a couple of other bits I've got left to do on them, and that hopefully should tie me down till I can get some Khorne for 40k, which I really want Angron. Angron looks absolutely mental. But the idea is just to run Angron with I've got him somewhere. He's hiding from me. I've got Khan. There he is. Khan the Betrayer, which I more than likely will do next week. So if you're into your Khorne 40k, or you like 40k more than Age of Sigmar, next week, you've heard it here first. So we're going to get Khan the Betrayer, basically about 30 or 40 just Berserkers and Angron, and that's it. Horde mode, just going mental. Gina, how are you getting on with the wet palette? I have used it. I'm onto my second sheet already. So, little plug on the Army Painter wet palette. Yeah, a little bit for your tools and brushes in there. I've got new sheet in for tonight, but I didn't think it'd make that much of a change, to be honest, Gina. And it's up there with an airbrush for me. I think it's one of them things that once you've used it, you can't go back, sort of thing. Well, you can go back, obviously, but it's a new tool that you're using, and yeah, especially if, like, for me in the room that I'm painting in, it's really dry and warm, so my paints do tend to dry rather quickly. So with having that, it does help, and I can get a good couple of days at least out of my paints. And then obviously it helps with like layering and stuff like that, and thinning paints down even more. So I found it did help with that a heck of a lot. So yeah, highly recommend. If it's not an Army Painter one, just a normal generic one. They all pretty much do the same job. You got your sponge, and then it's basically just greaseproof paper, isn't it? So let's get some music on the go. Let's get chucking some pigments about. Hopefully this will play okay. Let's turn this down in my headset. I have to agree, I use one every time I paint. Yeah, I really have started to now as well. Little things like this, I've literally used the herb. I'd rather use the airbrush for undercoating as well. So I'm saving quite a lot with spray cans, and obviously it's a lot better not using as many spray cans as well for obvious reasons. But yeah, use it even more now. Not with metals up. No metals. Was on about this with Josh from the Pickle Jar the other night. We were doing a hangout, and basically with no metals, washes, and there was something else. I'm sure there was something else, but mainly those two. Oh, actually, take them glasses off and get my painting ones on. I always use a wall tile for metals and washes. Yeah, I've got a little, I always said petri dish, but it's not, is it? A palette, or just a normal metal palette for stuff like that. Right, so skim first. We'll get all this done. The idea here is just obviously with it being black undercoat, I'm just going to come in with a Bugman's Glow, just as a, I'll say undertone, but it's mainly just to give something for the next two colours to key to, and obviously with them being a bit more transparent, it'll give them, I found it an interesting play between the two. So we'll just come in with a Bugman's Glow, then and all over with Cadian Flesh Tone. A wash, you can either use Gulliman's Flesh Contrast. I found best for myself personally was using Raglan Flesh Shade, and then come back in Kislev Flesh, Cadian, sorry, again to re-establish the colour, missing the highlights, and then Kislev Flesh on top. For me, that just worked. That scheme seems to work just right for me. I'm not too bothered about being overly neat, obviously, at the moment. Just getting these colours down. I've missed being able to just like paint and chat away with you guys in the chat. It's always one of my, you know, absolute favourite things to do. So like chatting away with you guys, and you're asking questions and having a laugh and a joke and stuff like that. So yeah, the past couple of months have been weird. Painting with just videos going on in the background and stuff like that. There's not too many hangouts going at the moment. It is a little bit quiet. Well, hopefully be able to get back into some soon, or get some set up at least. You know, chat away in real time, rather than having like a 30-40 second, sometimes a little bit longer depending on how the YouTubes are going. But hopefully you all had a really good Christmas, and you've all had a really good start to the year. can see straight away that the Bugman's Glow, it's one of them weird colours. In the pot, it doesn't really, for me, seem like a skin colour. It is weird, but when you get it down on model, it really does. If you were just doing a quick skin, or you know, just tabletop, get it on so you can play. In theory, you could just get a good layer of that, a little bit of a wash, and you could get away with that. Obviously, it's how far you want to push it, isn't it? You know what I mean? Well, this year I've tried to, or so far I've tried to, slow my painting down in a way. Not so much slow down, but how can I explain this best? So basically, like where I'm painting the skin now, I'll try and chuck at least 1 or 2 extra layers or a wash in and build it up that little bit more, and just take my time and try and be that little bit neater. But yeah, just doing a few extra steps to see how far I can actually push it. Yeah, that was one of the main reasons to get in a wet palette, because obviously you can just put your base coats down, a couple of washes and be done. But then when you start layering up that little bit more and trying to add that little bit more detail, that's where then the wet palette does come into its own, where you can get your paint that really thin, so it's literally just glazes nearly, or even with glazing, it's a lot easier with glazing, so you can build the detail up over a lot more layers to get a better effect. Keep forgetting to look up and check on you guys in the chat as well. Sorry about that. Use my Bugman's Glow for my Necron bases. Honestly, over the holidays, I just lock the doors, switch off until it's over. Hate that time of year. Do I prefer layering or dry brushes? Ooh, that's a good one, Bill. I mean, it's only recently that I've started to concentrate more on layering up more than dry brushing, I'd say. Like said, since having the wet palette, so I am enjoying it more because I'm finding myself taking the time to spend longer on a model. See, it's that dry, I couldn't get a second coat on already. Yeah, so like taking my time and layering, so I am enjoying that, whereas before I do enjoy, or I have enjoyed, I should say, just dry brushing, because you can get such a good effect, or I have found personally, with dry brushing really quickly. And I mean, that was just with cheap and nasty dry brushes, none of these that you see people with, they've got the proper mat for them and stuff like that. But yeah, if I'm being honest, Bill, I'm leaning more towards layering, dude, which is weird because normally I just want to get something painted quickly and then I can learn to play the game and get more out of the game. But at the moment, I'm definitely enjoying more the painting side of the hobby. I think that in a way has helped because obviously 10th edition's supposed to be this year, and I've only had a couple of games of 9th edition. So in a way it's like, well, what's the point in really getting into it, throwing myself all into 9th edition when 10th edition's going to be coming out and you've got to learn it all again. So there is that to it, I suppose, as well. The old lump of airboard. Yeah. As long as it's been sealed and that, and then obviously you can use it, can't you? Let's get all these red bits done. Straight in with some corn red. Not thin down too much because after all it is just a base layer. How do laddos? Good evening, Mr. Bunker Gaming. How are you doing, dude? Glad you could join us. Welcome to the stream, buddy. As for brushes, the army paints and masterclass ones are about a third of the price of the artist opens. Yeah, they're pretty much the same brushes as well, aren't they? I managed to pick up just some generic ones. Let's turn this awkward way around just to get this, which isn't going to be a really good angle for you guys, I'm afraid. Yeah, I managed to pick up some generic dry brushes from Mighty Lancer Gaming when I was over that way in Bridlington. Brilliant shop. I highly recommend it. If you're nearby, definitely go check them out. No affiliate or anything like that. I just, you know, really recommend them. Friendly staff and really good products. And it's not just Games Workshop, they do absolutely all sorts. And yeah, them brushes have not failed me once yet. Bit of illness, but otherwise all good. Cheers, man. How's tricks? Things are really good. Sorry that you've been ill, dude. I've seen that you've not been on Twitch as late. Obviously, is that with the illness or? You just like myself, just having that little bit of a break, dude. Let's go down on these. Might want sponsor affiliate, message me after the show felt and I'll show you where to apply. Not a problem at all, dude. Not that I was doing it for that, but you know, no one's daft enough to give me an affiliate, are they? So they're all leather. All the gauntlets are leather. It's literally just them. His belt. Sorry, I'm just looking back at the artwork and his belt. I try and always have a reference to go back to. I find that really helpful as well. Just stuff like some of the stuff I've tried my airbrush, different techniques of blending and using a colour wheel. So like, right, I definitely want this colour, and then I'll use a colour wheel. So right, which colours work best with that now? And then I've gone off that, which when we come to the community corner, I'll show you what I mean. Basically it's the blood throne, but obviously I could pick that up and show before. Oh, that's me brown gum. It's not that one. There it is. Try it back. No, can't put friends. Help friends. Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, I appreciate that. I got an affiliate now for Twitch. If you can, surely be able to. Not Martin Lancer, etc. But a mini company. Yeah. You know, I understand like a lot of these like smaller companies will, because at the end of the day it's helping them as well, isn't it? I'll just re-establish, re-establish base coat on the brown, the leather. Collar around his neck. Oh, that's nice if you build it. Right, so that's the browns on those. Then we want the ones on. Let's thin that a little bit, and then obviously with doing corn, it's corn. Daft Mean keeps popping in my head. There is certain colours that obviously you do need to use, like your reds and your goals, but trying to deviate a little bit from it, and just add what you'd think is you know, more natural, like your browns and or your earthy tones. Line towers, sweet dude. They do some really nice models. I got some of those at Chilcon last year, which brings us round. Who's going to Chilcon this year? I'm definitely going. Going down the night before, helping set up, working it again. Hopefully I get to see some of your beautiful faces there. It's really nice to see some of you in chat in real life. Just like last year. It is April the 1st in Sheffield. It's the last time I believe it's at that place as well, if I am correct. I'm sure they were moving on to a bigger venue for next year. I don't do enough content. That's because it took you that long, Brandon, just to get through your Indomitus box set, dude. Absolute madness. We'll be as a guest. I'll be working Derby one. Ooh, nice. I only do the Sheffield one. Let's get the belt around the back there, and that's all the brown leather bits done. Fortunately, it's simple. Not worth the travel cost for me, but flight, hotels. Yeah, I totally understand that, Gino. That light, yeah, we'll go shade lighter for the brown pants. So we'll highlight them up even lighter. One of the other challenges I've got for myself as well with this, obviously, normally just painting like Caucasian skin. I managed to get some paints to do non-Caucasian skin. So I definitely do want to mix it up and have a bit of variation. Some paints from a local store the other day. Really looking forward to cracking them open and trying on at least 2 or 3 of these, just to give it, you know, that bit of variation, especially on the tabletop. I think it'll definitely work how I've envisioned it in my head anyway. 10th this summer. What's that? Games Workshop will go bankrupt before I finish my daughter's set. Yeah, definitely. That's one thing I definitely haven't missed, though. Obviously, we've been away for a little bit, and still watching videos and stuff like that. I'm seeing quite a lot of negativity as well. Lately, like where people were moaning about the new Rogel Dawn tank for the Imperial Guard. Like, I mean, it is a bit weird that the bottom of a tank is missing, but when you think about it, does it really matter? Does it matter to you that much? If it does, then surely you can print one yourself. But I think a lot of it is because it's Games Workshop. End of the day, I'm not saying that they're perfect by any means, but it's they're an easy target. So it's like, oh yeah, no, Games Workshop's evil. Look, they're not even giving you a full kit because the bottom of the tank's missing. If it was any other company that people liked, they'd be saying stuff like, oh no, look, they're saving the planet by not printing as much plastic. You know what I mean? It's little things like that, and then people jumping on the bandwagon that Forge World is past its date now. Should get rid of it. Everything should be plastic. You know, resin models still have a massive part in the hobby, and you know, because with resin you can get so much more detail than plastic. Plastic's come a heck of a long way, don't get me wrong. Some of the plastic kits now are some of the best detailed stuff that you'll see in a very, very long time. But it's, you know, that side of the hobby, it really does irritate me, and it gets really frustrating, just because end of the day, Games Workshop is a company. They're there to make money. You know what I mean? Alex, that's me on my soapbox. I never didn't swear for once. Well, I say for once. I do try not to, don't I? Right, so we've got a good layer of red down on there. We've got the base for the skin tone. So now, let's get some metallics done. Time is it? 10 past. So 20 minutes. And we're going to head over to the community page. So if you haven't shared your work and you would like to, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It could be work in progresses. Don't be shy. If anyone's watching and you haven't posted, post away. We all start somewhere. Some of my stuff's absolutely terrible, honestly. I am no excellent painter by any fair stretch of the imagination. You know what I mean? So yeah, it should be the pinned comment on the top of the page, on the YouTube page. Just head over the pinned comment at the top of the Facebook page, and you can show your work there, and we'll have a look through what you beautiful people have been working on all over Christmas. awkward angle on here again. Trying to be really careful. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because when I put a wash over and I go in and re-establish the red, it does help that it's a bit messy sometimes because that depth comes in. I haven't painted the bottom of the tank in 45 years. There you go. I don't think they were making them back then, were they, Ben? Only joking, dude. Sorry if I'm really quiet, it's just with this bit, I really concentrate because I'm right next to that skin and gold with them earth tone, where the skin tone is an absolute pain to try and cover back up. And it's not undoable, but you can see all the colours. Let's see if I can. In and then away. Come on. It really doesn't want to. Doesn't like the focus. Honestly, sometimes this camera. It's just blurred, blurry vision. You can see the roughly there. You can see what we're going for. The different browns and that. Have you ever used super glue activator sprays? I have not, dude. I've seen people use them, but I don't tend to use super glue. There was one little, I won't say it's an activator, because it is, you put the spray on and then the super glue into it, and it sets it pretty much straight away. When I was doing my Army on Prey board for last year with the orcs, I used a technique that I saw, I think it was Earthman Bricks, or it might have even been like eBay Miniature Rescue, something like that, some American, and basically you put super glue down and then sprinkle baking soda over the top, and that set it pretty much straight away, and it worked brilliant. But the upside of it was that because of the baking soda, it's set looking like a weld. And if you made it completely messy on purpose, it'd look like an orc had welded it. Suffocates the glue, causing it to react quick. That's pretty much how I thought it did work. It's on between trying, getting someone to try and use the baking soda trick. Or, Bill, you could get someone to try it, but then try the baking soda trick as well. That'd be a good video for you. Or like one of your, your little YouTube shorts. Which works better. But then, obviously, some might work better in certain circumstances. Plus, you could compare them side by side as well. That'd be pretty cool, dude. That's a bit too technical for me. You can do it. Like a side by side, not bad. Yeah, exactly. And then, like I say, depending on the circumstance, you might go one way than the other. You can show that on there, like in certain circumstances, this might work better for you. But if not, there's this. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, there must be one out there, but I can't say that I've seen someone doing them and comparing them side by side. There must be one out there somewhere. A bit messy with this, but we're going to come in with the silver anyway. That bit. Now, what else have we got that's good? Obviously the detail on here. That'll be silver. First coat down on here. And I'll just check how we're doing for time. 9 minutes, guys. And then we'll be jumping over to the Ravens Avery, as named by you guys. such a good sculpt on these as well. For an older model. Obviously, like your blood reavers are just your, basically like your cultists. Just like your cannon fodder, isn't it? But there's so much detail, and like even the little scars on the backs there, and on the chest. I think you could just make it out there on the chest. So how was your break? Did you have a nice chill? I did eventually have a nice chill, dude. It was a nice break, thank you for asking. I did. Obviously, I got into this hobby, a lot of you guys know, and I've never hid that away, which is weird because I hid it away for, you know, nearly 20 years, probably 20 plus years, with my PTSD. And this hobby, I got back into this hobby, and that helped with that, and it really, really did. I think it's weird that a hobby like this could help with mental health. But I think it's one of them things that I know I'll always have little relapses, you know, you have your little moments, don't you? And yeah, over Christmas getting a little bit of bad news, but nothing major, but with myself anyway. And it did get to me quite a bit, which I must admit, for a good week or two, and I just shut the hobby room door, and that was it. And I think, if I'm completely honest, there probably was a point where I was like, do I really want to be, not so much doing the hobby, but like streaming still? But you know, I missed you guys that much, and being able to do this on a weekly basis helps me, and hopefully it helps you guys. But yeah, I really missed that, so that it pulled me back in, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what I love about this hobby. You know, obviously it helped me, and that's why I wanted to do streaming like this, because of people like, you know, Spode, Josh, Kev, Elston, all those guys helped me without even realizing they were helping me, and I wanted to do that to hopefully help someone else. And if I have helped someone else, even if it's just one person, that's enough for me. That's perfect for me. I could, you know, stop streaming and be happy, if I had to stop streaming, that is, and be happy that I've helped, knowing that I've helped that one person. But that's what I do love about, you know, the community we've grown here, and the community that's on all the Discord networks and stuff like that we've got within the hobby. That everyone is just super helpful. There's no negative nastiness. There's no, you know, you get the odd person arguing, or, you know, not everybody sees eye to eye, but everyone's respectful. That's what I love about it. I really like your chill, chatty streams, Phil. Been a bit of a loose end on Monday nights, to be honest. Well, sorry about that, dude. Yeah, see, one of the biggest tips that I got was off Josh, the Pickle Jar. And basically, when I was getting into streaming, like, I really want to, you know, be out like you are with the videos and stuff like the videos. Probably might not come. It'll be YouTube shorts like what I've done. It's way past my technical ability, you know, with a computer. It's not me. This is me, you know. I'm here on a live stream, laid bare. I try not to be negative. If something is bad or not right within the hobby and stuff like that, I'll call it out. But I try not to. I try not to swear. I might let the odd one slip here and there because I'm aware that, you know, children do get into this hobby and stuff like that, and I don't want to be, you know, not bashing on them, but like some of these streamers and the every other words F or see you next Tuesday, you know what I mean? That's not me. And yeah, I just want it to be chill, and hopefully when people realise that and they want to just chill and paint away and hobby away and stuff like that, and I'm glad that comes across, or I hope it comes across anyway. Getting a bit deep tonight, Bill. Cheers. Completely your fault I got into Walksville. Wow. Yes, Gina. See, mine are all sat on a shelf now. My 40k and Age of Sigmar Orcs. I've got way too many of them. It's just basically it's having someone near me to play with. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? But play a game against. But thanks, Gina. It's understandable. I get they're not wanting to stream. Yeah, it can get hard, but I'm enjoying it too much. And yeah, I missed it too much, dude. Discovered Josh's channel during lockdown. From there, the others, honestly speaking, it really helped me that time, which was hard for everyone. Exactly, dude. And I think with lockdown, like, there was a lot of people, because they were in lockdown, it were like, everyone were doing like daily streams and stuff like that. And I don't know, what once the lockdown finished, they've all gone. Or you don't see them obviously as much because obviously like people go back to work and stuff, but yeah, I don't think it's for everyone, is it? Not everyone's, you know, daft like me. I don't think I've ever cursed in a video, real life, like a docker. Yeah. Yeah, you know me too well, Bill. You know, I'm not saying I'd never swear. I could turn the air completely blue. You know, being ex-forces, you kind of forget where you are, and in a way that's why I try and really do have to force myself sometimes not to. I'm really loving how this is turning out. Right, so that is, to me, it looks like where it's a ring on his chest, it's like it's a piercing. There's some piercings on the arm. I'll start posting more things in the Avery. Much love, dude. Thank you very much, Andy. Mr. Quingo Talks. Thank you very much, dude. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you watch back and yeah, get to see us having a look at your awesome work, dude. Some channels on YouTube can put people off painting because they set standards far too high, make the final result out of reach for normal hobbyists like myself. I totally get that, Gina. Like, you see some of these and they could be Golden Demon winning paint jobs, you know what I mean? And there's that. No, but you can see base coat, layer, blah blah blah. I am no out of this world painter, and I've never professed to be. Tabletop standard at best. That's why this year I want to try and push that a little bit more, but it'll just be a really good tabletop standard. And I totally get that when you see some of them and you're like, oh, look what I made. And you're like, oh, hey, I nearly swore that. You're like, I'm never going to do that. And I understand completely that can put a lot of people off. So like some kids joining, or not even so much kids, even people joining the hobby like ourselves. You know, it's all right. How do I paint this? And then you have a look and you're like, oh god, I'm never going to be able to do that. And I can see that it'll totally put people off. Oh, I got that buckle perfect that time. Is there any more? Don't think there was. Just double checking. Ah, there's a buckle on his neck. Oh god, this should be fun. I'll go with 5 minutes over as well. So I'm losing track of time. Right. There. Yup, him and another one or two. Oh, miss. You've been watching. And you wants me off so damn good. Yeah. By the way, Gina, your painting is already at a very high standard. You know, we get back. I remember some of the first stuff you posted as well, though, Gina. Like, oh, I've just got into the hobby. Look, and it was like, oh, wow, look at it. And even the stuff that you do now is you're still like, wow, but you can see the progression. Let's switch over. Put it back on scary cam. Yeah, you know, you can see the progression and stuff like that. Like that Mortarian, you get that. It's pretty ridiculous, that. That's so cool, that. Thanks, I learned a lot over the last year. Yeah, I mean, even like some of my stuff. Let's see if I'll just switch it back over to this camera and I'll grab this model, show it. So like when I first got back into the hobby properly, it's going to be the right one for sure. Right. So what have I been back in now? 3-4 years now. Well, dust off this. It's just sat on shelf. So basically, when I first got back in, and I wanted to do my Raven Guard, and like black, nice and easy. It's black. Black is a horrible colour to paint. It's a pain in the backside. Well, I started with a chaplain. It's a better focus now. You see how flat and monotone that is? There's a little bit of wash on the cloak. But literally, and then I went daft and made a skull for the skull throne base for a chaplain. I don't know why. But that was a chaplain that I did when I first got back in 3-4 years ago. And you compare that now, like something where I'm painting tonight, and even though it's just base layers, you can see a heck of a difference. There's more control with the brush, thinning the paints, whereas before I'd go straight. Now it focuses and then pops out. So if I can get this to come right down, that might be a bit better. So you can see more details, more vibrant colours, and then even more so when you then start airbrushing and you can blend colours a bit more, and you end up doing stuff like that. And that's just in 3 or 4 years, Gina. Just think, where will you be in 5 or 6 more years? So building and painting models will never be amazing at it, but I don't mind. It's relaxing to do. Yeah, and if you just chuck your colours down just so you can play the game, or even if it's not to play the game, if it's just something you enjoy doing. Dark Angels for the KFC. That's super dark green. That super dark green was sweet. I honestly thought it was still black, that Frandog. Let's switch it back. I'll just turn this music off a second. There we go. Yeah, I thought it was still black and you was doing basically as heresy ones, because the heresy they were black, weren't it? The armor, that is. To be honest, I thought Waylander won the KFC and Frandog was second. It was so close, wasn't it? I was going to join, but I hadn't finished. I'd finished the model, I just hadn't done the base. And the idea is to do all the bases at once, just for unity on them. That and the fact I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them. But let's have a quick look. So I'm just going to refresh this just off camera. Off we go. 26 comments. Wow, this is going to take a while to go through. This might take us to the end of the show. Well, right, let's head on over to the Ravens Avery. Look at that for a transition, bang. No fancy video or anything. So here we are on the Facebook page. Followers are going up. So if you would like to see what I'm up to, hobby wise and stuff like that, you can jump on like all these awesome people here have done, and you can follow along, and yeah, you can post stuff for streams and stuff like that. Or if you've any cool ideas or there's something particularly you'd like to see on a stream, you can message me on there. Absolutely anything. So let's have a quick look. So we'll come down, and basically I'm going to show off a little bit now. So here's what I've been up to over the Christmas period. So there's my blood throne, and then my blood letters. That's what I've been up to. I don't know why it seems to have posted them twice. I think you can see the progress. That's coming along. The Christmas squig, the Christmas one was all finished off as well. And get close up. There's the red gobbo, even with the little red nose on the sleigh. Yeah, and that. So that was mine. See, I really didn't do that much over Christmas. Stepped away. So here we are on, you'll see it like this as the featured post, and you can just click on there like this, and you can just post away what you've been working on. So let's have a quick look. Let's change that to all comments, and for some reason it puts the new ones at the top. Well, we'll just work our way through. So coming in first, I know it weren't first because I think Bill was first, but first on the list we've got Debunker. Oh, look at these, dude. Some nice strong cast going down there, dude. Let's see. Haha, I can zoom, you can't hide anything from me. That's a lot of strong cast. That blue is beautiful as well. It's so vibrant, that dude. And then is that the Relictor there? Very, very cool. I got a couple of extra of them, so I could use them basically as like custom chaplains and stuff for 40k. Absolutely loving these, dude. Awesome, awesome work. Absolutely loving it, dude. Then we got Mr. Bill. 22 replies. Here we go. Here we go. It's the Waylandering show. So, can I don't think it's going to let me skip side on of that. So there he is. It's Mavis Crisis Protocol, isn't it? That's his Captain America. Well, it's not Captain America, but it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Oh, what's he called? It's totally gone out of my head. Someone will say in a minute in chat. Oh my god, I watched it as well. Yeah, that's a progress for weeks worth of focus. Shows the power of concentration. Definitely does, bunker dude. That is sick, that though. And then I got some droidicas. Falcon, thank you, Gina. It completely went out of my head. I don't know why. Why is it saying hide there? But then and then a speeder. Oh, look at this. That is cool, that. I think you've got the white absolutely spot on there as well, dude. Obviously with the grey accents, just to make it pop that little more. That is spot on, that. I really do like that. War Machine, I love this. And like the OSL there on the boots, look at that. And the flame. That is spot on, that, dude. A little detail there. That is so cool. It's a shame I can't, you know, is it like me? No. I remember when you did this one. So it's supposed to be Tiamat. Am I right in that? Star Wars. I'm sure that's Tiamat. Is that Tiamat off Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? But then obviously it's a Mickey. That is cool. That I do like that. I have seen you post that before though, but that is nice. Doc Ock, you've got that flame spot on, dude. And that, wow, look at that yellow. Look how clean and crisp that is. And then the OSL there coming down on the shoulder, down into the green. Yeah, absolutely love that, dude. Don't miss one there. No. It is Tiamat. Yes, check me out. I am D&D. I'm not sure what that one is. Is that Doctor Who? I haven't a clue. It looks like Doctor Who. I'm sure. Is that the one that you used for the KFC, where it had to be just basically like greys and then certain colours? But even though it's mainly grey, you can see the highlights and everything. Yeah, I really do like that, dude. Oh, here's another one. Oh, what are these off? I don't recognise these. He's got the snake coming up on his arm. The snake bited onto him there. Looks like it. Those are cool, though. Wait for the chat catch up. Spider-Man, my favourite, him and Iron Man, my two favourite ones in Marvel. That is just sweet, that. I really do love that. I mean, what am I supposed to say that? It's a Reaper zombie cowboy thing. Ah, right. General Grievous. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. That is really cool. You've been proper knocking these out, haven't you, Bell? Yes, Stormtroopers for the win. Execute Order 66. Look at that. Yes, dude. Roger, roger. Oh, you've proper been bashing your way through these, haven't you? That off the kill team? Sure, that's off the crew kill team. Love that, dude. Really, really cool. There's some more kill team. Love the shields on these. We really need some of them for Space Marines, like doing the breaches. The secret for Grievous is to start with rock-hard flesh. Ah. And then just work your way from there. That was really interesting. Yeah, you knocked it out of the park with these, dude. I remember you doing these as well. Little guardsman. Look at that. Love it. Blood Angel. I love that. Ah, I do and I don't, you know what I mean. Gina, close your eyes. Those ARC players don't like them. this. Yeah, I'll be absolutely loving these, dude. Ah, no, that's not a Blood Angel. That was Thousand Sun. Sure, that were one of your Thousand Suns, wasn't it? So I remember you spraying them all gold and then going in with the wash. I can let you off with that one. Kenobi, the high ground. Look at that, the OSL on onto the face and everything. And then, yeah, the Warhammer Plus model from last year. You got that patina onto an absolute T on that, dude. Really, really good, that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Cheers for sharing everything with us, Bill. So that's it for this week. Holy chucky, dude. Yeah, some absolutely fantastic work there, dude. Can't wait to see what else you're cracking on with. And then, last but not least, Mr. Andy Allen, Quingo Talks. He's doing some more of his Caradons. I know he started these quite a while back. And then I've not seen any pictures of them, so yeah, look at these. Loving the colour on them. They are cool little models, aren't they? Little steampunk dwarfs. They're cool. That one's got a little owl on. Is it an owl? Or it's a little bird, because it looks like it's got a beak there. I do like that. I wouldn't mind picking up one or two of them just to, you know, just to paint so you've got them. But yeah, Mr. Andy Allen, if you're watching back, dude, top work on them, dude. Get the bases done. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to see you get some more of them done. And I'm just going to refresh one last time. See if we've got any more. Nope. And that, they say, was all she wrote. There. Got lost which button I was pressing. It completely gone. What time is it? 5:02. Don't think we're going to get much more done on that tonight, really. So, I've got myself all tangled in wire. And the chat's just catching up now. Dirty down, we'll send third degree on the assassins. Waylander just knocking the ball out of the park. Out of the park, it's flipping going, gone, isn't it? So, let's just pop back over so you can see where we got up to tonight. Ba, ba, ba. I think I need to zoom in that far when I'm painting, but it's because of my light, that's what it is. Because it's set to autofocus like that. Either that or I need to change my mat. So you can see we come in with the brown pants, red on all the armour, with it being corn. He's got his bone horn, so the metal bit's all done in gold. And the base layer is down for the skin. And then it'll be just a case of layering up and a wash. Oh, yeah, I'll crack on with that over the next couple of days, and I'll post some pictures up on the Facebook page, so keep an eye out for them. Just as a general update, Or if you would like, I know at the beginning of the stream we said next week we're going to do what's he called? Khan, the betrayer. But if people want, I can leave that till next week, and then we'll just carry on from there. It's up to you guys. I mean, I'd probably end up painting some anyhow. Using Reichland or Gilliman for the skin shade. I've tried both, and Reichland flesh shade for me just looks more natural than the girly man. So we'll see from there. Oh, yeah, that, as they say. Where's that gone? I'm losing my bloody marbles, I'm telling you. That pretty much is it for the week, guys. Sorry it's a short one, but just wanted to get like at least an hour and a half under the belt back streaming. Helps if I turn it back on, doesn't it? Yeah, so just that hour and a half, get back, get that first back stream of the year back under the belt. But yeah, we're going to carry on with some more corn and stuff like that next week. Either or, I'm not sure on which one we're going to do. Tempted to at least attempt one off stream with the ethnic skin, and then attempt it on stream so you guys can see as well, because I don't think a lot of people have painted ethnic skin on stream, not from what I've seen. I've searched it a couple of times to get the colours and stuff like that, but right. I'm waffling like I always end up doing at the end of the stream. If you've enjoyed the stream, guys, please leave a like, smash that like button, share it with your friends if they're going to be interested in an absolute muppet trying to paint or just waffle absolute nonsense, but nice and chill. But hopefully you've enjoyed yourselves. I've enjoyed myself, I always do, when I'm streaming and chatting to you guys. Well, yeah, until next week, guys, thank you very much. Stay safe.